it is Monday. That means it's time for the mailbag, answering your questions from the Discord server. A lot of questions this week about T4 upgrades, a lot of questions about YoYo, Ultimate 7, and so much more, guys. And if you're ready for all the questions, you know what to do. Let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. It is Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. It is time to answer your questions from the Discord server, though. So if you guys want to submit a question, make sure you're a member of that Discord server and leave your questions in the mailbag channel there. And yeah, I've tried to get into as many as possible. The video went very, very long last week, though, and I tried to answer as many as possible. Tried to eliminate some of the duplicate questions this week, or some questions that I've answered in the past, and just questions that I don't really have good answers for. So if your question did not get answered, don't take it personal, and leave it again. Maybe I will have a good answer next week. But it is time, guys. Now, before we get into this, BlueStacks is my emulator of choice, and if you want to play Marvel Strike Force or any other Android game on your PC, BlueStacks is my preferred way to do it. There's a link down below that does support the channel, but let's get to your question. All right, first question this week. How do you think the Blitz auto sim will be like? How do you want it to be like? So I'm not sure how it's going to be, but what I would want to see is eliminating some of this low quality time that they talk about in the game. And for me, a lot of the low quality time is that ranking up from tier 0 all the way up to maybe about tier 6 or so, where I could just throw in pretty much any team or any normal team and yeah, just auto that thing. So they eliminate some of these auto battles, or maybe going in and just auto. And if you win, you win. If you don't, then you drop down a tier. That would be a good time saver as well. Save a lot of time with the Blitz. So that's what I hope something would be, but definitely something that would eliminate some low quality time at the very least. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition, because all we've heard so far was information in data mines. Yeah, crossing my fingers on that one, guys. All right, I've been playing for 698 days now and just ran out of training modules for the first time. Never really thought about that before. Any farming tips for these things? So I've ran out of these too, so I don't know if my tips will be good, but mainly the area that I get these from are from the challenges that we have, the daily challenges, and the training module version comes around 3 times a week. That's where I get the majority of them from. Once in a while, I get them in maybe like a Kingpin orb or a Milestone orb or some of these other orbs. But as far as farming, that's pretty much the only ways that I really get the majority of my training modules. My best tip would be just to choose your characters wisely that you want to rank up. There's only a limited supply of these in the game, so invest wisely with your characters that you're ranking up, brother. Hi there, greetings from Spain. With the red stars being worked on, do you think it makes sense to save red star orbs for a few weeks in case the drop rates change in our favor? I usually open them whenever I have, but I've been saving in case that happens. So they just did change the drop rates somewhat slightly. I don't think there was a big announcement made about that, so hopefully they'll be changing them more. But for myself, I personally would not wait. I definitely can see the sensibility in waiting, so I don't think it's wrong if you want to wait. But for me, what I do is I normally wait till a character gets released. Like Blob just got re-released. I'm gonna wait till the end of this orb blitz and open all my red star orbs and attempt to get Blob to 3 or 4 red stars, and then just wait till the next new character release. That's what I do. That's what I think makes the most sense to me. But it is a game for fun, and whatever gets the most fun for you. Sometimes opening them right away will get you that big benefit if you get lucky enough to pull that big 7-star. So I don't know if there's necessarily a right or wrong answer that is out there, but that is what I do. I usually wait till the new characters to open these orbs and get a certain amount and then move on and save it for the next character. Next question, how often and when or where are you using Scientist Supreme? My aim team is pretty awful right now. My alliance doesn't do Ultimate 7, but you've got pretty high on your free-to-play lists. So it's got to be pretty frequent for you to use. Yes, so you're definitely right. That free-to-play list that I make every month is heavily based on my usage of that character. It attempts to help newer and endgame players kind of see how often you're going to use these characters once you get to most of your roster up at 7 stars. So where I'm using her personally, though, is in the Ultimate 7 raids every day. She is one of the MVPs of that raid team, so I use her in that all the time. Obviously in an aim team in War and Blitz. But that's pretty much it. I don't use her in Arena, but she's so valuable in Ultimate 7 and the Greek raids in the nodes that I can use her. So she gets a big thumbs up in my book, brother. Next question. Won the Strike Force lottery, pulled a 7 red star, Mr. Sinister. You are lucky. That is a very good character to have 7 red stars on, brother. Congratulations. Has there been any word on him becoming farmable? I have not heard anything about him becoming farmable, although if you ask Casino, him being in premium orbs does make him farmable. I don't agree with that opinion, but your other question is, should I be prepared to wail a bit when I see his offer? That is definitely up to you. For me, the way that I pick whether I should spend money on an offer or not is how much value is it going to give for me in terms of fun. If spending X amount of money is going to result in me having a lot more fun, then if that's a good value for me, then I'll spend money on it that way. But I'm also in a little different situation because I make content for you guys, and sometimes I purchase things in a game just to make videos. So but yeah, weigh the fun factor. Is spending money on this character, having a real strong character, going to be equated to you having a lot more fun? And if it does, then you could definitely spend money. But spending money is definitely a personal thing, and that is definitely a question I cannot answer for anybody except for myself. Next question. Hey mate, Australian viewer here. What is up, brother? You're doing great content. That's easy when you have a great personality. I was wondering what you wanted to start a new segment. Rate my roster, get fans to send it into rosters, give advice where to improve it. If you want to start somewhere, start with mines. Like to know what you think. That's definitely something that I can do. Let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see, because I want to put up the content that you guys want that's going to be valuable for you guys. And if something like that would be fun for new, mid, and maybe end game players even, then yeah, so let me know if that's something you guys want to see. I'll maybe make a new channel in the Discord server for that if that gets enough traction from you guys. Next section. Where are you gonna be putting Vision when Ironheart is released? I recently unlocked Elsa but don't have Ghost Rider, so who should go in his spot? So before that full Supernatural team was released, I was using Hela in that team with some very good success. So if you're not using her in an Asgardian team, she will definitely work very well in place of Ghost Rider. As far as where I'm going to be putting Vision, the 2 tags that I talked about before, his Avengers tag, I'm definitely going to see if I could fit him into an Avengers team. If not, I'm going to be looking towards that tech tag and trying to make use of that. Maybe with Ultron, I'm not sure I want to do that, because in Blitz mode, at least, Ultron is very good on a lot of different teams. So not sure exactly yet, but definitely either an Avengers or a tech team for Vision. Next question. With Toad available now, Blob Blitz around the corner, what T4s would you recommend for them? So let's go into the game for this one. I don't really have recommendations, but I do have some that intrigue me. And mainly I don't have recommendations because I haven't played with this team firsthand. All right, so here we are looking at Toad. And the only one that really makes me curious and thinking I might want to do this one is his ultimate. And what it's going to do, the one that really gets it for me, is instead of chaining to 3 adjacent targets, you're changing to 4 to 5 adjacent targets. So that is good. Clearing the negative effects, all of them from himself, is also good. Instead of just 2, extra damage is also nice. So as far as Toad, this is the only one right now that has me curious of what this would actually do for him as a character. Let's move down to Blob. Don't have him unlocked yet, but do plan to do a video, probably released later today or tomorrow. And let's check him out. Now there's 2 that intrigue me with the Blob. And that first one would be his basic. This one changes speed bar by -5%. And speed bar manipulation, that is always a intriguing ability to have for me. So that one is one that I might do. The other one that I like is this passive of his, 10% chance to counterattack for self and each Brotherhood ally. And he has some pretty good stats. This is a 50% chance on a full Brotherhood team. So I think that is good. The extra resistance helps. It's not just for him, but it's all Brotherhood allies. So it's a team-wide bonus, but those are the ones that intrigue me as of now. That may change once I actually play with this team, though. Our next question. My alliance is getting ready for Ultimate 7. Should I build up YoYo, who I only have a 2-star and don't have a Black Bolt, and focus elsewhere? The answer would be wait. Like I said in the previous question, Black Bolt is the damage, and YoYo doesn't bring a lot of damage, so you're not really getting a lot of damage, and only the 2 stars, you're probably not getting a lot of focus, so I don't know how much of those offense downs are going to stick. So I would probably wait for right now. For all you blubbery whales that have Black Bolt and Yo-Yo at high levels, what is the best Ultimate 7 team replacing Tech Wing? So I'll tell you the team that I use. I don't know if it's the best team, but it has Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, Ultron, of course. It has Scientist Supreme and the legendary Shuri as the 5th. So that is the team that I'm using, and it works very well. If I get good RNG, I could one-shot most of those nodes, literally even past that 3rd mini boss. So good stuff there. Well, maybe not one-shotting those nodes, but doing those nodes without having to revive or refresh any characters. So that's who I use. Next question. Saw a suggestion on Facebook. The nice fella suggested Yo-Yo is a better person to have on a shield defense team than shield security. Would you agree with this? I'm only considering this because I don't have a home for her right now and would like to have a reason to invest in her before I can get Black Bolt. What do you think? Upgrade her and replace shield security and war defense. Star wise, my Yo-Yo is 3 red star, while security is 7 red star and 7 gold star and 4 red. So here's the thing. You put in that Yo-Yo, you might get some people underestimating that team because the power level is going to be lower, and that it might be a little better, especially if you have enough built into her that you could get that focus enough so that she can have that offense down. But the flip side is, I think right now that shield security is going to work a little better because he does have that power. He does have that stars. So not sure which direction you want to go. So my recommendation would be to try it out, see how your defensive wins are. Maybe try 3 battles with each team and go with that one for now. But yeah, you're gonna be happy with her once you get Black Bolt, brother. Next question, ValleyFlyin. Will you ever turn ValleyFlyin videos into an announcement channel on Discord so people can follow it? Yes, I think you need a certain amount of followers on that. I think you need to upgrade to the next level of Discord for that. I am not super familiar with that, but if I can do that, I will. And speaking of Discord, if any of you guys want to volunteer to mod that thing, it needs some work, and yeah, just with so many other things going on, I don't have the time to fully mod that like it needs. So if any of you guys are interested, reach out to me on Discord, send me a DM there. Next question, ValleyFlyin, pull the 7 red star symbiote Spider-Man. Congratulations, brother. If his offers, should I whale out if his offers come out again? Again, no whaling out or not, that is a question for you, brother. Definitely think he's a great character. Next question, do you think those dang woodchucks saying let's go chucking before they spring into action? Only the very smart ones would say that. Next question, I've got a 6 red star Ghost Rider with my promotion credits, and I'm free to play, have no easy way of farming him. Help me, ValleyFlyin, you're my only hope. Keep smashing the content. So I've said this before with the promotion credits, and I hope you at least have your Ghost Rider at 6 gold stars to make that promotion worth it for you. Remember, if you don't have those gold stars on the character, getting an additional red stars is going to do absolutely nothing. So I would not spend promotion credits unless you at least have 6 gold stars on that character. As far as farming him, again, you could go to the casino logic and say in premium orb, he's technically farmable. But yeah, no word on the horizon yet. Hopefully March is the month that Ghost Rider becomes farmable. But yeah, I don't know. Next question. Appreciate the great content. It's mud bug season and the cook-off is about to start. Yes, I am from Texas too. What is up, brother? All right, question is for arena offense to counter the new meta defense. I have dropped the spot from 10 to 20. I've not found the counter to people running Yo-Yo, Crystal, and Black Bolt combo. The other is usually Phoenix, the 5th rotates. I have my Black Bolt. Haven't put up the rest of the humans. They're only 4, 3 to 2 stars. Any suggestions would help. So it's a tough one. This is a tough one. Every time I see Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, I try to avoid that team if possible. Crystal, if that character is leveled up, that's gonna be tough because that is a direct counter to Phoenix. So the exact answer is really going to be dependent on what kind of red stars you've pulled, what your roster looks like. But some characters I would consider, I would try Mr. Sinister if you have him built enough. Vision might work well. Hela might work well. Try some of these characters, see how they do. Even maybe an old school Magneto to avoid that stealth from Phoenix. I'm not sure. It will be dependent on your roster though. But Crystal makes tough if you are running Phoenix, which a lot of people do in arena nowadays, brother. Next question. Oh, there's a lot of questions. What is up from Coachella? I have a road trip challenge for you, the jiu-jitsu tournament, but I'm a skinny one. Weight class do I need to bulk up to? So when I entered my tournament, I was 204 with my gi on, and normally I'm running about 215, but I haven't really gained the weight back since the tournament. I don't know, maybe my eating habits changes were more of a permanent thing. I don't know, but yeah, I'm about 200 or so, give or take a few pounds. All right, back to some MSF questions though. How does Punisher not have a military tag? Open up the tags to Fox Next Theorycraft some love. So when this was one of the questions when it first came out, they did not add a tag to Punisher because they thought Captain Marvel would be too strong on a defender's team. Nowadays, I don't know if it really matters, but that's why he does not have the military tag. That was something they did not add on purpose for balance. Completely uninspired by city characters in general, other than missing out rewards of Heroes 7, Block Party, Dark Dimension 3. Is there any other reason for a mid-game player to invest in a super lackluster city ragtag brawlers? I would say not really. I mean, I think the biggest reasons you want defenders or a city team are the reasons that you mentioned. Those first few nodes of Hero 7, Block Party for those T4s, Dark Dimension 3 for those nodes that only require city characters. I think those are some pretty big reasons. But if you're in the mid game and not up to that point in the game yet, then you definitely can wait. My defenders currently are pretty mediocre, and I've gotten pretty far with other teams. So you could definitely wait on this. But the reasons you mentioned, I do think you should eventually build a city team so you could get some of these other rewards from these game modes that you mentioned, brother. Next question. What is the best placement for X-Men? What team would you use as your fifth? Storm or Psylocke? Now, this answer is going to be dependent on who you're facing. If you're going against a team with a lot of debuffs, Psylocke is the way to go. She can remove debuffs. She turns the team into a little more defensive team with the evades that she placed on. Storm will turn them into more of an offensive team and is probably a little better if you're not going up against a team with a lot of debuffs. She's going to add some speed. She's going to add some assist chances. So she's going to help the team with her passive with that. So that's going to be matchup dependent. I would probably build Storm and Psylocke to use, and I'm assuming you're using Cyclops in that fifth spot, which is why you're trying to take out Storm or Psylocke. As far as my placement, I put Colossus on 1, and Psylocke is right next to him because of the evades that she has. Wolverine and Storm doesn't really matter. You could put them third or fourth, and then Phoenix goes all the way at the end. I don't use Cyclops yet because I don't have a lot of gold stars or red stars on that character. And there's a limited amount of resources, and they're going to other characters right now because X-Men with Cyclops, without Cyclops, they're a very good team. So I have not built Cyclops too much yet. Next question. Hey, ValleyFlyin, watching your stream right now. This must be a Friday question. Really hope you do it more. I've actually been doing them for the past 3 Fridays. I don't want to say that it's going to be like the exact time right now, but I like that time. So it may be a thing going on. The question though is, when are you bringing back the Hot Ones challenge with Mobile Gamer Casino, etc.? That was a amazing video you guys had. Remember, you had one of the biggest Future Fight streamers there, Cynic Alex. Cool dude. I remember watching his videos when I played Future Fight, so it was cool to meet him as well. But you guys should really do a redo so I can see Mobile Gamer completely getting wrecked by the first swing. So he was invited to do that. I think he had some issues with his stomach going on that day, so he did not participate, which is why he ref. But yeah, next time we meet up all in person, the 3 of us or maybe more of us, we're definitely going to do something. I don't know if it's going to be a Hot Ones challenge, but we'll definitely do something fun, brother. Next question is, first off, we like to give you a big let's go smash it shout out from Maniac D and all of us at CDA. What is up, brother? All right, question is, mid-game, TCP around 3 million. I've applied one of my 2 to 6 red stars on Iron Fist because I'm always using my defenders, yet people keep telling me I should have waited. What do you think? So that is probably not one of the best characters to use, but because you're using him all the time, that's not one of the worst ones. For me, usage trumps a lot in this game, and if you're using him a lot, great, that's going to be worth it for you. But just if you're not using them a lot, that's not one that I recommend. What power ranking order should I have my defenders in? So Iron Fist is a good one. When I see a very high Iron Fist on a defender's team, sometimes I will avoid that team in Blitz. Same with a Punisher. So Punisher and Iron Fist should be your two most powerful, although sometimes that's just kind of out of your control with the way the red stars go. But if in an ideal world, Iron Fist and Punisher should be your two strongest defenders. Next question. What is the best method to get as many shards in these special campaigns? Like, should I use my cores and go down another level, or just refresh the nodes and level 3 and farm more? Personally, I spend all of my 50 core refreshes. I don't go to that 100. And when it spills over, I go to the next, I drop down to the next tier. I don't refresh the nodes on the current tier. That's what I do. Haven't done the math and see what is the most effective way, but I think that's what makes the most sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments, guys. All right, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings from Texas, brother. All right, my question is about arena offense. My current arena offense consists of Phoenix, Ultron, Juggy, Magneto, and Groot. The reason I have Groot is because he has 7 red stars, now 6 gold stars. He's a pretty slow farm. He gives death proof and such. He's gear 13, power level of 75k. Will be a lot higher when he is 7 gold and red stars. Should I keep Groot in my arena team or replace him? So this question is going to be answered pretty much by how you are doing in arena. If you're holding your rank and you are beating the teams around you, then definitely keep him there. If not, one team that I use is a team similar to this that you have right now, but that was before Sinister came out. That was before Black Bolt and YoYo. So I don't know what's going on in your arena shard, but I used to use Phoenix, Ultron, Juggernaut, Magneto, and Vision, and using that special from Magneto on Ultron, and then using that Vision, the ability block. I don't remember if it's a special or the ultimate, but the ability block from Vision, so that ultimate can't get his first turn off, is a very, very good choice right there. But that was before Sinister and some of these other characters came out. So try that, but if you're doing good, then just keep Groot right where he is, brother. ValleyFlyin, I would love to hear about this. War matchmaking. Here's my situation. Alliance is currently ranked 22 total collection power. We're doing great versus other alliances in our range. Now, what is happening that we're getting outmatched almost every war, like 4 to 6 with a top 10 alliance. Now, I tell you, 15 to 20 million punch ups give us 0 chance to win. Also, with so many shelling alliances, the matchmaking is getting worse. So, what do you think the solution is from Foxnix to fix this? So, yeah, one of the things you mentioned here was dropping the time zones. That is one option. You guys could switch around your time zones. That's something that I've done with a previous alliance was in to try to make benefit of not as many alliances competing at that time. You do got to make sure that most of your alliance can be on at a start. But yeah, these shell alliances, they are an issue because technically they're not really violating the terms of service, but they are violating the spirit of this game. So hopefully they will come up with a solution, some kind of rewards to incentivize players for staying in alliance and not switching as much. I'm not sure what exactly the solution is, but yeah, this is a problem that I hope gets fixed because it's not within the spirit of the game to play like this. Next question. I have 4 red stars on Psylocke, 2 on Storm. Who do I keep? 2 to 4 is a really big difference to drop in Storm. So like the previous question, really depends on your matchup. Some matchups Psylocke is going to be better. Some matchups Storm is going to be better. And yeah, so I would have no problem dropping Storm because of the low stars. This is assuming that you're having Cyclops in there though. Yeah, X-Men are going to be a good team with Psylocke in there, with Storm in there, with Cyclops in there, with Cyclops not in there. They're going to be a good team. So all of them are fine. You could drop Storm until you get more stars on her. So that's what I would recommend. Next question. Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed is just released. What do you think about the game? It's a Lego Hero Collectors game. I like Hero Collectors games. The devs of that game emailed me a while back. Hadn't heard back from them, so never really checked out the game. But yeah, let me know how it is. Let me know how it is. If it's worth covering, maybe it's something I'll do on my second channel. Next question. Hey, ValleyFlyin, ignoring other characters, what T4s would you recommend for Venom if you wanted to do one of them? So here we are in game again, and there's 2 that intrigue me about Venom. I haven't done any of these, as you can see, but this Violate, where you're getting 2 turns of the 3 bleeds instead of just 1. I think that one is a very intriguing one. If you're running Venom a lot, this one could be very, very worth it for you. A Symbiosis for this extra healing, some extra passive healing, depending what mode you're running him in, could be very, very valuable. But if I had to pick one on Venom, I'm not sure. It'd be either be the Violate or the Symbiosis. Probably be the Violate, just the way I use Vision. But both of them I think are good candidates if you absolutely needed to put a T4 on Venom. Next question. Hey, ValleyFlyin, don't you get tired of smashing it all the time? Don't you think the world needs to spend more time building it more? So yeah, they should, because I'm going to be smashing it. But in all seriousness, guys, thank you for the great content. Here's my question about Ultimate 7 team. Scientist Supreme still needs a lot of work. 26k at the moment to be Ultimate 7 ready, but my Black Bolt, YoYo, Ultron, Falcon are all good to go. Invisible Woman and the legendary Shuri are right around the corner, both about 42k from being ready. What do you think this team should look like now and when Scientist Supreme gets to where she should be? So you got to be careful, because Invisible Woman does have that protector tag, so she's going to make YoYo a little less effective, but she is going to be your only way to dispel some of these negative effects, or cleanse some of these negative effects off your characters. So unfortunate as it might be, you might want to take YoYo out for right now and go with maybe a Minerva in there or something. I don't know where your Minerva is, but I would definitely put a rush on Scientist Supreme, because for me, that the cleansing of the debuffs, or the flipping of the debuffs and putting them on the other team in conjunction with YoYo is really why that team works. So instead of focusing too much on Invisible Woman, I would go right to Scientist Supreme now. I have a lot of fun with that team that I mentioned earlier, and you have these characters ready: Black Bolt, YoYo, Ultron, legendary Shuri, and then Scientist Supreme. That is my top pick right now for Ultimate 7. Next question. What is up, Valley? I watch your videos every week, brother. Looking for some perspective on my 7 red star Oracle. Is he worth spending on resources? And what team would he be best on? So personally, this is my least favorite Kree, the Kree Oracle. I didn't think he was very good before the rework. Wasn't very impressed with him after the rework, but you got the 7 red stars, so those regenerations from him are going to heal a lot more than mine. So all right, so the team you're thinking of: Oracle, Railguard, Thanos, Ronan, and Captain Marvel. You might want to switch the placement of Captain Marvel, so Thanos gives more energy to Captain Marvel because she has longer cooldowns, especially on her ultimate and special, and then Ronan, or just switch Thanos and Ronan so Thanos could give some energy to Captain Marvel and Ronan. So that's what I would look at right now, brother. Hey Bub, I was wondering, what are the T4 essentials for Symbiote Spider-Man? So this is a tough question, because I actually like all of the T4s on him. Let's go over them and why I like them. All right, so back in the game, looking at the T4s for Symbiote Spider-Man, and like I said, I kind of like all of them. We look at what this one does. His basic, you're getting defense down for 2 turns instead of 1. I think that is pretty valuable. It's like a better version of the special for normal Spider-Man. We go to his special right here. He's always applying bleeds instead of the 50% chance. I think this is a very good one, but I think this is the least favorite of mine. This is probably one that you could do last. Another one I like is this Web Slam. This one is a very, very good move, but it has a higher cooldown, and you're not doing this on turn 1. So you might want to put this one a little later as well, but always applying slow to 2 targets instead of always applying slow to the target for 2 turns instead of just 1 turn. So that 2 turns slow, I think is very, very good. But again, because of the higher cooldown, you might want to wait on this one. But this passive is also very good. 20% max health for Heroes, Spider-Verse, and Symbiote allies. So this is gonna help him a lot. This is gonna help his max health. This is gonna help the max health of the team. 20% is no joke, especially when you're considering some of the other symbiotes on the team. So I like his, in the order I probably would do his passive, then his basic, and then his ultimate, and then the special, in that order, brother. ValleyFlyin just pulled 6 red stars on Black Widow, my second 6. Congratulations, brother. What do you think about that pull? Pretty good. Not what it was a year ago, but she's still a pretty good character. Should I upgrade any of her T4s? I probably would not. I upgraded her special a while back when Avengers were still kind of a thing, as a kind of a soft counter to Brotherhood. That is not as important right now, so I would not recommend any of her T4s. I also heard she may be reworked along with Avengers as a result of her movie. I think that is a speculation of a lot of people as well, so it might be best just to wait till that, see if she does get reworked before you put any T4s in her. But as far as right now, I don't think any are really essential unless you're using her a ton, and with the meta with the way it is now, I'm not sure why you would be using Black Widow too much. Next question. Love your channel, your continuous positive energy as a creator. My question is, do you know or think the developers may rework milestone orb contents in the future? So they've already done this when they added Coulson to those orbs, so I think it's very likely that maybe Symbiote Spider-Man or another character will be added there in the future and another rework possible. But yeah, I agree with you. The rest of this question talking about the most important shards for this are Captain Marvel and Agent Coulson. But if you're looking at a perspective of a newer player that doesn't have all these characters at 7 stars, not the worst thing, but I definitely think the drop rate should be a little higher, especially for Captain Marvel. I think it should be equal to Coulson and then reduce the drop rate of everything else. Not the most fun orb to open, but it does have some good things like those training mat fragments and those gold orb fragments and some other things there. Next question. Is Symbiote Spider-Verse the new Ultimate 6, Ultimate 7 raid team? I'm going to crosswords where I can work Scientist Supreme, Shuri, Invisible Women, Minerva, Falcon, or can I work on a Symbiote Spider-Man team? I cannot afford to work on both. It's a side question. Who would be the best 5th Marauder? So I'm going to answer the second question first. So in Blitz, as the 5th Marauder, I use Kingpin, and in War, I use Ultron. Now, I've just put that character there. Did not get any defensive wins, so I'm going to give it a couple more wars to see how it does. But currently, I'm using Ultron there. And as far as Spider-Verse or the characters that you mentioned there, I would do those characters that you mentioned there because they work really well. Scientist Supreme, one of my favorite characters for Ultimate 7. Shuri works very good. Invisible Woman works very good if you're not running Yo-Yo. Minerva, Falcon, all in that rotation of Ultimate 7. Symbiotes, the Symbiotes and the Spider-Verse, I don't have first-hand experience with them, and the footage that I saw wasn't super impressive. So I would work on the team that we know works, and maybe in the background or after that work on that Spider-Verse team. But yeah, that is my recommendation. All right, Valley, you think Korath would be worth taking to 6 red stars? I could really use somebody strong to help on my arena defense. Have Phoenix at 6 red stars. The rest of my team is 4 red stars or below. I'm looking to help in arena because I can use the extra cores from their wars. I'm constantly fighting to stay in the top 100. I don't know if Korath is the difference maker there. I don't know if he's really going to help you to hold a spot on defense, depending on your arena shard and what kind of teams you're facing, though. Maybe you don't have Black Bolt or Ultrons in your arena shard. He might help, but I don't really see a lot of viability. Maybe you pair him with someone like a Hela or someone, or something that could extend debuffs. It might be worth it, but yeah, I would not recommend Korath right now, because even if you put him there, I don't really see a lot of use for him in other game modes. I would just save your tokens, brother. Next question. I really love using Yo-Yo. I got her to gear tier 13, level 70. I would like to take her higher. Do not have Black Bolt though. Run her with Quake and other numerous shield members based on the game mode. Do you believe it's worth your giving her any T4s now, or should I wait to another opportunity to unlock Black Bolt? So if you really wanted to put a T4 on her, you put it on her passive. But once you unlock Black Bolt, I think that basic is a must for Yo-Yo. So passive right now, Yo-Yo, basic, and maybe the special down the road. But wait for that. Wait for Black Bolt once you do those. Sup, Valley? Greetings from Ohio. With the upcoming Red Star rework bumping the percentages up for Red Stars, my question is, will our roster get retroactively stronger with characters we already have at lower red stars, or will Fox Next only allow after the rework characters to get the red star advantage? I don't think it makes sense for them to not do it retroactively. I think it would be screwing a lot of players that have already invested in red stars and have been playing this game for a while and have spent a lot of money on the red stars. So I fully expect it to be enacted retroactively. So yeah, don't worry about it. Your power levels should adjust accordingly as soon as they change these percentages. And a last question. Would you be in favor of an intrinsic alliance reward, perhaps once or twice a month, rewarded for alliance loyalty. The length of time player has been with the group shouldn't be rewarded so greatly that it makes leaving problematic, yet it should count for something if a group largely stays together over a large period of time. This, along with a trophy count reward, might go a long way of curbing shelling thoughts, the shelling epidemic. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good solutions. This is a really good one to enhance that. And then just that trophy count that you talked about. So they are de-incentivized for going to those lower lines because those trophies are going to be so low. The rewards are going to be so crap that there's no incentive to do that. I think that's going to be the ultimate solution because unfortunately, like I said previously, it's not against the terms of service. It's just kind of against the whole spirit of the game. So yeah, this is something that they definitely need to fix. And that is it, guys, this week for the mailbag. I hope your question got answered. If it did not, ask it again in the Discord server section, the Discord channel for the mailbag. And hopefully your question gets featured next week. If you enjoyed this video, I do these every week along with some other stuff. Subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends, smash on that like button. Upcoming videos, I'm going to do a video about Blob, and then I got a video about another game I'm playing called World War Doe. Having fun with it. Just got released globally a couple weeks ago, so I did want to talk about that, introduce that game to you guys. If you are in that Clash Royale tower defense kind of game, this is a game that I'm having a lot of fun with, so wanted to share that with you. That should be coming up either later today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. And I will see you guys next time. Make sure you guys check me out on social media. Yeah, Hulk fist bump, baby. ValleyFlyin out.